Hello SHC, this is Cam again, coming at you with another video tutorial. So today I'm at Bauer House. We got a, just a request about some door hinges, kind of having some issues. So this is something that I 100% facility officers to handle, but I don't have a video on it yet, so I wanted to make a video. And I know, it's a summertime right now, and I think Bauer House actually did decide on a new facility officer, but I don't think they're around right now. So, just making a video and kind of giving you, a video to, follow when, you handle these issues yourself. So this is a picture, here's the video of the actual hinges. You can see that this hinge just came off completely. This one's struggling too. Hi. This one's kind of struggling too. Stuff is stripped. This one's a lot better, but it still looks like it's starting to have some issues. So what I'm going to do today is basically drill out, those stripped holes and replace them with a dowel. Shoot, I left my dowel in the car. I'm gonna have to go get that. But yeah, this is, you kind of want to catch this issue early because, the longer I leave this, or, the longer Bauer House and I leave this in this state, the worse it's going to get. And right now the door is still like mounted. Like I did this at Apollo House like a couple months ago, and the door actually, like we had to take the door off completely to fix this. But like we don't need to do that with this case. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is that if you catch this issue early, you probably don't have to take the door off. And then at that point, it kind of requires two people to, mount it back on. So getting to this early is like a good thing. And I'll show you the steps for completing it. So as usual, thanks for watching. Bye. So I just wanted to show this to you guys. These are some spring assisted hinges. So I kind of had to, get at this. And right now, this is not even lining up properly. So I'm gonna save this hinge for last. Because this hinge is out of alignment, that affects this and that. So, I wanna correct this one. Then I think I'll correct this one, and then finally I'll do this one, because this one is just, kind of so far off. So I wanted to show you the tools that I have. I have a sander, just for sanding away the wood glue that I use. This is the dowel stick that I'm gonna use for, basically replacing the stripped holes. I have screws as well. These are exterior screws, so that's different than drywall screws, and these guys go quite a bit, so like that's quite a bit. I don't think we need that much, especially if we're got an extra hinge in here too. I just found this stuff at Apollo. But I think we can get away with just using these because, we're actually going into the dowel itself when we screw back in. So I think that will work perfectly. So I'll take you through my, my process. So first thing I have to do is find a drill bit that is about the right size. So I line these up, and I think they're pretty equivalent. If anything, I think my drill bit may be a little bit too small, but the one that's a step above this, I think is way too large. So I'm gonna try it with this first, see how that works. And if it doesn't, we'll go from there, so. The thing I'm gonna do is just remove these screws. This side looks really good, so I'm not gonna do this side. And like earlier when I was putting that, screw up against this board here, I was kind of thinking it was going into here, but that's actually wrong. This looks like it's fine. And this also looks like it's fine. It's all just the door taps that are the ones that are the problem. So it's gonna be the door taps that I'm replacing. I'm not gonna be doing this, but I'm gonna be doing, this. I'm gonna start by removing these guys. All right, so after I did that, you know, the door is wanting to, you know, move according to its, you know, center of mass, and, you know, it's leaning over, so it's gonna go out a little bit. But, so what I'm gonna do now is drill out these holes with my drill bit. I kind of need to hold the door for this one. All right, cool. So I have my drill holes drilled, and now I can take my dowel and make sure that it fits, and it's fitting pretty good. It goes in, you know, relatively easily. I still have to give it a little bit of force to, you know, go in there, but it goes in. So now what I'm gonna do is cut to size. So just insert it into this hole as far as it will go. So I have it pretty much all the way in there. Shoot, I didn't bring a pen, but I'll just mark it with this guy. So there's my mark right there. And then I'm gonna use that saw that I brought just to cut this. So, you know, that's about the length of the screw, or, you know, the drill that I drilled into it. And I have these extra dowels here that I also found at Apollo, but I think honestly this method works better. So now I'm gonna cut this. All right, cool, so I have it cut to size. And I don't want to stick this all the way in because I don't want to lose it, but yep. So I think if I give it a little bit more, it'll, oh shoot, hopefully I can get this out. All right, cool, so I got it out. Now I'm just gonna use a bunch of wood glue. All right, so I was having some issues with getting this wood glue to run. So I have this other glue that I'm just gonna use instead. It's just Gorilla Glue. This is actually what I used in Apollo a couple months ago when I did something similar. When I did it at Apollo though, it was this side that was stripped, not the doors that were stripped though. So I'm gonna lather this dowel up with glue and put her in. All right, cool, so I finished the bottom one. So I got this one in pretty flush, that's pretty good. This one's sticking out a little and this one's sticking out quite a bit. So after that dries, which I think this stuff cures pretty fast, I'm going to take a sander and sand away at those sections that are, you know, elevated, right, relative to the rest of the door. So in the meantime, while that is curing, I'm going to put dowels in here. Then after that is done, I think I'm going to sand that, mount it down there, then mount it here, and then do the top one. That's kind of the best way that I see doing this in order to make the door like not come off the hinges and like, you know, mess up kind of the alignment of the door. And, you know, obviously I'm messing around with the alignment quite a bit while I'm doing this, but you know, I just don't want to have to get another person to hold the door, you know, while I do this. So I'm gonna let that bottom one cure, do this middle one, and yeah, thanks for keep on watching. Thanks, bye. So I just drilled out those 3 holes. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, where I insert the dowel, mark it, and then cut it. All right, guys, so I got the top ones done and glued. These ones are looking a lot better than my bottom ones, as in like more flush with the surface of the door. So that's nice. I'm gonna let these guys cure for a little bit because the glue is still just a little runny. And you can tell, you know, I have some excess glue going down here, but that's okay because when I sand away at this excess glue, you know, that'll take care of it. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill for the next probably 30 minutes, let this stuff cure, and then come back, sand it, reattach this bottom hinge, then reattach this middle hinge, then remove and do the dowels and do this last hinge for the absolute, last. Yeah. So it wouldn't make much sense to like do the bottom one first, because if I did the bottom one without doing the middle one, it's gonna go like this, right? So to me, it makes more sense to do the bottom one, attach that one, do the middle one, and then do the dowels and do the last one last. So yeah, this is, I think this is gonna take like, maybe another 20 minutes or so to cure. So I think I actually may just take like a lunch break and, go eat. Just because, just waiting around, letting it cure. You're not allowed in here, cat. I heard you were a meanie to a different cat. So, but yeah, thanks, bye. Hey, what's up guys? So I just took a quick break to allow that, glue to set. And I came back to Apollo and I used like Goo Gone on my hands. That helped a lot. My hands still feel kind of weird. They were kind of covered in glue just because I accidentally dropped one of the dowels in the glue bottle and had to fish it out. But if you get glue on your hands, use that Goo Gone. It works pretty well. Hey, what's up guys? So I'm back and I'm using a sander to sand away at the excess glue now. And I'm just gonna use this tool because this kind of has this pointy end to it. So it can really get into that crack or, that groove right there, really what it is. So yeah. All right guys, so I just did the first one using the sander. I have a nice convenient plug right there. And I just got it so it's flush with the rest of the wood, right? That's kind of what I'm shooting for. And I can see the locations of the new dowels that I put in, and I tried to kind of clear up this glue as best I can. But you can never have too much glue. And yeah, I can almost tell that like the heat from the sander is almost making the glue cure a little quicker because, some of this glue is still a little, you can tell it's poofy. It almost still has like, air pockets or pockets of solvent, still in it. But when I started using the sander on it, it really started kind of hardening up. And like, this is like, does not feel poofy at all. Well, this stuff really still feels poofy. So, I'm doing the next one. All right, and I just did this next one. This bottom dowel needed quite a bit of, mass shaved off, so it took a little bit of time and took a couple locations on the sander. You can see this grit I'm using is probably not large enough really for what I'm doing. I should probably have a little bit of a larger grit, but it's flush again. So, and I shaved a little off here, but whatever. All right guys, so this is just something that I'm going to test out and see if it works, but I'm going to put the first screw in without tapping it. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think that there's enough volume, like of space open in there that, will take up this so it won't split. And this is pretty thick wood too. So, this is just what I had at Apollo. We have a big, box of these there. And, this may not be the right one, but this is what I'm gonna try, see how it works on the first one, and I'll go from there. All right guys, so I did the bottom hinge and it's looking good. And the door closes too. Big shout out to James. James helped me out with holding the door. And so now I'm doing the second hinge. Then I'm gonna do this last one with the dowels and that'll be it. And I forgot to say that, not tapping these dowels with a small screw has been working out really well. This wood is, really thick, and, I think that there's some, open space that could be expanded to when I put those screws in. So I haven't heard any cracking or anything like that. Splintering, I guess, is, probably the technical term for it, but, it's looking good right now, so. Found that for opening up these kind of hinges, using one of these tools to pry it open is really helpful. Also, I just wanted to say, you know, show you that, like, that's the size of the screw that I'm removing. So I'm feeling pretty good about the size of the screws putting in. All right, guys, so I learned a little bit from the first two, and I actually wiped up my glue with just a rag. Just wiped up my glue with a rag, and that's gonna save me quite a bit of time because I can go straight away to sanding this. You know, I don't have a bunch of excess glue that I have to wait to cure / dry. I don't really know exactly how Gorilla Glue works, but I'm sure there's, like, you know, some solvent that evaporates slowly, and you know, there's probably also a cure happening. But anyway, like, you know, I have to sand this now, so with the sander, and then I'll be able to put it back. All good. Thanks. Bye. All right, guys, just wanted to show you the final result. I, you know, came back and screwed tight all these screws, and, you know, they're looking pretty good. I did get a little bit of glue on the door, but, yeah, it's mostly just an aesthetic thing. And the door can close. So, these are springs, so, you know, it's designed to shut. Doesn't look like it shuts all the way, but that's okay. So, cool. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found it informative, because a lot of issues like this are popping up around SHC. You know, we have old, you know, door frames and old doors, and you know, this can happen. This wood degrades, right? Especially wood that's being put, you know, stress on. So anyway, you know, hope that you liked it, and I have, like, a bunch of tools to kind of take care of this issue. So if you talk to me, you know, I can get you this toolkit, and we can get your problems fixed. So thanks. Bye.